Okay guys, so I opened up the file that we were working on in Illustrator, but we exported it to Photoshop. So now it's open in Photoshop. And basically what we want to do, we want to add some highlights and some shading on our artwork. And we're going to use the layer effect style tool to add, they're going to call it inner shadows and inner glow. You guys can follow the measurements exactly, the way it is on the tutorial if you want, or you may want to play around with it a little bit to see if, something else will work better on your artwork. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So, okay. So I believe, let me make sure I have my artwork open. One other thing that the tutorial does is that they just added some texture on the background, some fabric. So you can find a swatch of fabric and add that to the background as well. I do have that open here. I'm just gonna say select all. I hit Command A to select everything. You'd say Control A if you're on the PC. I'm gonna say, copy it, which is Mac, it's Command C, PC, it's Control C, and then I'm gonna say Control V. And I'm gonna wanna put that on probably my very bottom layer here. So there's some fabric there. Okay, so now be sure you're on, let's see here. Oh, okay. So because in Illustrator, I had separate layers when I moved my artwork, it kept them separate layers, which is pretty neat, but I don't really think I need that. So I'm gonna hide my fabric layer. I'm gonna select one of these guys. I'm gonna right click and let's see if I can merge this together. So I'll say merge group, and I'm also gonna do the same here. Collect this guy, merge group, and then I'm gonna select layer 2, and let's see here if it will let me, merge down. Okay, perfect. So now I'm working with just one layer, that's better. Okay, so that guy is selected. I'm ready to add my effects. So I can just go right here, down here, add a layer style, click this guy, and we're gonna do inner shadow and inner glow. So let's start with inner shadow. Okay, so here we are. So the blend mode, they say to choose color dodge. Make sure your swatch is white. And then opacity, make it about 45%. The angle, we can leave at 90. We don't need to have the global light box checked. And then I'm just following the numbers from the tutorial. Again, you kind of play around with them if you want, but the tutorial says 303 for distance, choke, and size. And then for the contour, you want to pick this like second shape here that I guess it's called cone. So make sure you have that. And then the noise can be at 0 and you're pretty good there. So we don't even have to hit OK to get out this window. We can actually just hop over here, go down one and choose inner glow. Make sure inner glow is selected. And now you can change this dialog box to match the tutorial as well. So the first one under blend mode is going to be our linear burn. So we're going to choose that. 39%. Let's type that in. Okay, and then we'll change the noise to 0. We're going to change the swatch from white to black this time. And the technique, we can leave it softer. We want it around the edges, so make sure you have edge checked. The choke and size, we're going to do 0 and 8. Here we are. And then the contour, we can leave the default one. Range, we're going to make 50%. And okay, so that part is just the way it's came. So that's good. Now we can say, okay. So the next step is that they're recommending that we copy and paste this a few times and like kind of overlap it. So it's just, I guess, I don't know, like how to explain it. Just so that it doesn't look perfectly uniform. It just has a more natural effect, I guess. So, okay, so then we can right click on layer 1 and we can just say duplicate layer. I'm just gonna say, okay. Now to move it, make sure you're on our move tool. And then I'm just gonna use the arrows on my keypad. I'm just gonna go up 2 and to the right 2. Okay, I guess I will duplicate it again. Okay, up 2, to the side 2. Okay, so there we go. You can do it more if you want. I'm gonna stop at 3 and just see how it goes. So once you do that, it wants you to merge those layers together. So I believe I can probably just right click. Since my fabric isn't showing, I could say merge visible. Okay, and then to finish this tutorial, they want us to add a few more effects. They want us to actually add a drop shadow. So that'll be kind of reflective on the fabric. And then we're gonna add a little bit more inner glow. So, okay, so we'll go back down here to our layer palette where it says FX. We'll add a layer style and we'll choose drop shadow this time, which is kind of towards the bottom. Okay, and so for drop shadow, it wants us to do the blend mode as color burn. Okay, black should be your swatch. They have opacity at 50. They choose their angle at 120 degrees. We can type it in, or you can just move the little, I guess, I don't know, hand on the clock. We can uncheck the global light. And then for distance, spread, and size, we can do 0, 0, 15. We can leave this little contour triangle, make sure the noise is at 0, and then check the layer knocks out drop shadow box, which is already checked, so that's good. So now we'll just hop over here for our inner glow. And then the settings that we're following is color dodge. So we'll do that guy. Da, 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 da. And then it looks like 50 and 0. So I'll type in 50% for opacity, 0 for noise. We're going to change this color to be white. We'll say okay. The technique should say softer. This time we want it in the center. The choke is at 0. The size is at 40. Okay. And quality, I think, is just going to be default with a little triangle. The range is 50 and jitter is 0. So we should be okay. So let's say okay. I'm just going to show my layer fabric. And there you go. So it's just kind of added a little bit of effects to kind of give it sort of like a 3D effect, like it's hitting the light. But it's one option. So I just wanted you guys to try it and see what you guys think. Just try to get some embroidery designs on our garments. And yeah, looking forward to seeing how they turn out for you guys.